All right, good morning, good morning. I'm gonna have to wait a couple minutes to get started until we get some people in here. Hmm. It says I'm live on Twitter, but okay, never mind. I am live on Twitter. I see people starting to come in now. All right, guys, I'm gonna wait a little bit to let it fill up. Let it fill up a little. If you guys are on Twitter, can you please retweet the space and let people know that we're started? If you're on YouTube, can you just regular uh like like the post, comment, subscribe if you're not. Sure most of you guys that are in here early are already subscribed. And if you can you share it on Twitter as well for me? So we got MLB today. We got MLB, college football, one college football game and one NFL game. And I believe we might have a couple WNBA games. If we do, I will look into them as we get deeper into the show. I'm gonna try to make today's show pretty quick. Uh I got an obligation with Tenement to be on his show today at 2 o'clock, and then I got a writing interview for a website at 4. So I'm pretty strapped on time today. So we're going to get started here in a few minutes. I don't know where everyone's at. I guess I did start the show an hour early today. Maybe that's why no one's in here, or maybe I'm just going up against other spaces. I don't know. All right, we're going to get started. Though yesterday was not a good day. VIP really sucked yesterday. I gave out two plays and lost them both. They were both pitching props, um, and both strikeout props, and I missed them. So I gave out Schwellenbach over 5.5, which he had every opportunity in the world to get. He actually went an extra inning more than I thought he was going to, and still didn't get the prop. And then we had Erod. We had Rodriguez under his 5.5. He went out there and pitched 8 or 9. So it was just one of them days where we got smacked around a little bit. But I'm definitely out for blood today. So looking to fuck them up today for sure. Um, and yeah, man, we're going to get right to it then. Like I said, we got MLB we're going to cover today. We got the football game and we got the college football game. And I might touch on some WNBA as well today. If there is a game or two, I'm going to look. Um, also, yeah, you guys can go and find both football games on our website at theoutletSV.com. I did a write up on the Jets and Patriots, and I did a write up on the South Alabama and Appalachian State game. So there's write ups and predictions over there at the website if you want to go check them out as well. And yeah, man, let's get started. So let's see what the first game on the board shall be. Good morning, James Felix. Good morning. Good morning. Oi, oi, mate. All right, let's see. All right, so baseball savant, what are you starting us with today? Okay, they're starting us with the good old. Looks like the Giants taking on the Orioles here. Um, Not a bad game to start our day. All right, so let's get right to it then. So we got the Giants taking on the Orioles here. We got the Giants at a plus 130. We got the Orioles at a minus 155. We got a total of 7 here. It looks like it's highly favored to the over. at a minus 125. We got Logan Webb taking the mound for the Giants, and then we got Zach Eflin taking the mound for the Orioles. This is an Orioles spot for me. Um, yes, we know Webb goes deep into games, but that's about all he does anymore. And honestly, I don't think the Giants should be leaving him in that long anyway, just because of his performance lately. There's a reason why the Giants are, I mean, the Orioles are minus 155 here. Webb has not been in good form, man. He just hasn't. He has not looked good at all in his last couple starts. So far in September, it's been a disaster for Webb. He has an ERA over 6 in September now. The last two starts were awful. I mean, he gave up 17 base hits in his last two starts with a lot of sharp contact, and that worries me because here you are stepping up against this Orioles lineup after you just gave them pretty much did they take an ass whooping yesterday? I think they did, right? So you just handed the Orioles an ass whooping yesterday at their crib, and now you're throwing Webb out there, who's been giving up a ton of base hits, ton of sharp contact. You're in Camden Yards. I'm not feeling it, man. I think Webb's going to go out there and get hit up early. Do they leave Webb in? Probably. I mean, I don't. I think Webb goes deep into games, but in his current form, if I was the Giants, this is why I'm not a pitching coach or a baseball coach or any coach at all. But I would take Webb out early. You know what I mean? Like, he's just not in good form. Why leave him in there that whole time? Especially when he's giving up all these base hits. And when you're going against a team like the Orioles, you put them on base. They know how to run bases. They're going to take advantage of it. Um, so I'm definitely not looking anywhere near the Giants in this one. Maybe you could look for a couple hitters here, but Zach Eflin has not been terrible. He's not a bad option, but he's not the best option, I should say. His numbers, his career numbers against the Giants are not good at all. The Giants really do touch him up pretty bad. Where you look at Logan Webb and his numbers look fantastic against the Orioles. But like I said, it's a super small sample size for Webb, and Webb's current form is just not bettable right now. So maybe you can look for the over here, but the one thing that really had me here, besides the besides the Orioles money line, which I'm really not that comfortable with, is going to be Logan Webb's hits allowed. If they're giving us a good price, like I think they should, because obviously it's still Logan Webb, the books are still going to price him that way. But if we're getting a good enough number here with Logan Webb, I'm thinking normally it would be a 4.5 for Logan Webb, maybe a 5.5 on some books. But even if we get a 5.5, I'm going to take it today. So we got yeah, Logan Webb, but it's juiced. It's really juiced. So we got Logan Webb hits allowed at a 5.5 at a minus 155. I still think you take it. I think that's my favorite play for this game. I mean, like I said, man, with Logan Webb's last two starts, the dude has just been putting batters on base, man. 17 base hits in his last two starts. I think he can get us over this 5.5 today, especially against the Orioles team in Camden Yards. So I'm liking Logan Webb here. If we're looking at a couple batters in this one, I do like Conforto against Eflin. It's your lefty on righty matchup. Michael Conforto actually hit a home run yesterday, so I like to see that. I think he could run it back. We seen it with Mikey Y yesterday. He went back to back home runs, and we called him out yesterday. I think Conforto does the same thing today. I think he goes back to back. So I do like Conforto. Like I said, it's your lefty on righty, 10 hits, five singles, two doubles, three home runs, only five strikeouts at 30 at bats. He's slugging a 700. I'll take my chances with Conforto today. And obviously, I do think that we should probably look at, maybe a couple of you're not going to get a lot of stats back in the Orioles because Logan Webb don't have much experience against this roster. But I would, if I was y'all, I would look into a couple Orioles for for like hits, runs, RBIs, maybe a home run. Like O'Hearn is probably a good one. I think he went yard yesterday. O'Hearn is always a great look for hits, runs, RBIs. And if you want to go with a right or a lefty against Logan Webb, obviously you got to look at Gunner, right? I mean, Gunner is probably the best hitting lefty on their team, and he's got power behind his hit. So Logan Webb is probably going to get touched up, I think, today a little bit here. So give me Gunnar Henderson and give me Conforto for a home run. And I like O'Hearn hits, runs, RBIs in this one. And like I said, Webb's hits allowed to go over is a good look. And yeah, that's my plays for this one. I want to see if we're getting the. I want to see if they're going to give us the Conforto and Gunnar Henderson double chance on DraftKings, because that would be clutch. That would be a nice one to bet just straight, honestly. So obviously we got Gunnar. Yep, it's plus 300. All right, let's get it. I like it. I'm actually going to put it in now. Yo, by the way, yesterday I cashed the play that I forgot that I completely forgot I even put in on the show. Uh, remember I told y'all it was the first game we talked about. It was Bosa. Remember I was like, yo, take his plus. I was like, take his K's over. It was over 4.5, I believe, at plus 120. I forgot I put that bet in. And sure enough, it popped up on my phone. You won your bet. I looked and I was like, "Oh shit!" I forgot to. I put that in on Plug Talk. But yeah, so I'm gonna put this one in right now. So we're gonna put in Gunnar Henderson and Michael Conforto to hit a home run, either one on DraftKings at plus 300. Obviously, $5 pays $20. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put $5 on it to pay 20. For Gunner and Conforto. Come on, bro. All right, we're locked in. All right, so let's move to the next one. All right, we'll move to the next game. I gotta buy a bigger desk, man, for out here. I need a bigger desk. I got way too much shit on this desk. All right, Marcus Lane in the building. Good morning, bro. Good morning. Appreciate you being here, bro. Oh yeah, shout out to Prince Jazz. I don't know if you're in here, Prince Jazz, or not, but shout out Prince Jazz. He made a parlay off of uh off of Plug Talk yesterday. He does almost every day. So he'll build a parlay while he's on the show. He'll build a parlay off of Plug Talk. And yesterday he hit a pretty nice one. He hit a pretty big parlay yesterday off of Plug Talk that he built. So that was pretty cool to see. All right. Next one. What do you got for us, Baseball Savante? Baseball Savante. All right, we got the Twins and the Guardians. Twins and the Guards. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see what we're cooking in this one. All right, so we got the Minnesota Twins at a minus 105. We got the Guardians at a minus 115. So it looks like the line has moved a little bit. We got a total of 8 here, slightly favored to the under. Looks like we got Simeon Woods Richardson taking the mound for the Minnesota Twins. And okay, we got Joey Cantillo coming out for the Guardians. Cantillo has actually not been bad, y'all. But Woods Richardson had an overall decent season. I think that's fair to say, right? He didn't have a terrible season. He didn't have a great season, but it wasn't terrible. And what we're seeing from Simeon Woods Richardson right now, guys, is what you see from most, you know, new pitchers that we talked about the other day. It's that time of year, guys, where you really got to pay attention to like the newer pitchers, and you'll see the difference between the newer pitchers and the vets, right? I mean, Richardson is just a a product of pitching too much. He's not used to the workload. He's really struggling right now. His velocity is way down. His he's not going deep into games. And it's starting to wear down his arm, and you could tell that he's wore out. Like he's tapped. He's not going more than 5 innings, guys. Yeah, he is not going more than 5 innings in 5 straight games. In his last 4 games, he is not going past 5 innings, like at all. Like I mean, he's actually going under. So he's going 4 or less in 4 straight games. He's going 5 or less in 5 straight games. His control, his velocity, his K percent. I mean, you just look at it. Simeon's Wood Richardson is just an example of a tired arm. That's all it is. It's just a tired arm. And there's many pitchers who go through this every season. Every season. It's not that he's falling off or he's getting bad or he's going through a divorce. It's just that until he gets some years in, this is going to happen to him until his arm gets used to pitching these long seasons. I mean, it's just what it is. Um, you know, I think Cantillo has had a lot of success. I've liked what I've seen from Cantillo. He has not had much action, but in his last 2 starts, I mean, they were great. He went he went 6 innings in each game, and he looked good. I mean, he hardly gave up anything at all in his last 2 starts for Cantillo. So Cantillo is just a fresher pitcher. He's the much better option. He's in better form. And I'm sorry, I can't trust the Twins right now, man. I think the Twins are cooked, along with the Braves. I think they're cooked. I know what happened yesterday with the Braves and all, but I'm worried about them, and I'm definitely worried about the Twins. I got to take the Guardians here. You got them at a -115, man. I got to take that price with them at home. And I also want to. I don't know if the books are dumb enough to do it, but let's see where they have. I don't think they're going to give us any pitching outs for Woods Richardson, but it never hurts to look. Yeah. Yeah, we ain't got nothing for them, but some books might. That's the great thing about having different books. If you guys check your books, and if you got Simeon Woods Richardson pitching outs, I can probably see them not opening up anything under 14 and a half. I've never seen a book open pitching outs under 14 and a half. It's rare you see them open a line at 14 and a half for pitching outs. But if you do by any chance see that line, take it under. Simeon's Wood Richardson is not going to go more than 4 innings in this game. He's just not. So I would definitely look at that. I mean, even his K props. I mean, I'm a little nervous on taking that under because they got him at a 3.5. So I'm nervous about taking that. I'm just going to leave it alone. But definitely do like the Guardians on the money line here. And I mean, if we're looking at pitching props, I mean, if we're looking at batting props, I'm trying to see here what we got. So Cantillo does have a little bit experience against the Minnesota Twins, and it's not good. It looks like he got hit up, but he's in good form right now. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, I would stick to your Josh Naylors of the world. In this game, uh, look for Josh Naylor to probably get active here. Um, trying to see if there's anyone else that could possibly have some good numbers. Bo Naylor took him yard. Bo Naylor is your lefty. He took Simeon Woods Richardson yard already. I don't think that's a terrible look. Lane Thomas. Lane Thomas. That's a name I have not heard, man. And he was last year. Lane Thomas was one of my favorite batters, bro. He made us so much money last year. All right. So we're going to stick to the Josh Naylor, Bo Naylors of the world in this game, but it's going to be the Guardians on the money line here, and we're just going to keep it pushing. I definitely do like that look, though. Guardians, big here, man. I know the Twins need every game they can get, but Guardians are still, they're still in the mix of everything here. So I think they're leading right now. I think they are leading, but it doesn't matter. That's another thing you got to look for too coming up. There's a couple games today that that the other side of things are just way more important for other teams than for certain ones they're playing. Like the Phillies game, for example. Phillies are leading the division. They're pretty much set in stone. Where you got the other side who absolutely cannot drop wins. They're in the mix of the wild card race. They need that shit. Like, that's a lot of stuff. Like, it's that time of year where we got to really start considering that stuff. All right, let's keep it moving, man. If no one else got anything, man, he really did, Marcus Lane. He really did, bro. Lane Thomas used to he used to be my boy, bro. Like, we made hella money with Lane Thomas. But it's what happens, man. He has to get comfortable where he's at. That's all. He just has to dig in deep, man. Find it within himself. Next year will probably be a good year for Lane Thomas. So we should note that he's way too good of a player and way too good of a batter to string together bad seasons. He just is. Plain and simple. He just is. So note Lane Thomas for next year for sure. All right. Next game we got the Atlanta Braves taking on the Cincinnati Reds. Um, I mean, this is just pure pitching match. I mean, this is just a discrepancy here. I mean, come on. I mean, don't get me wrong. Aguilar, I don't know how to say his name. I always say Aguilar, but it's not. It's Aguilar. I don't know, man, but you guys know who I'm talking about. I have horrible problems pronouncing names. Um, so we got the Braves at a -218. We got the Reds at a +180. We are at Great American. Um, we are at Great American. We got a total of 9 here locked up on both sides at a -110. You got Chris Sale coming out for the Braves, and then you got Julian Aguilar coming out for the Reds. I mean, honestly, we're at Great American. It worries me, but y'all can't tell me this don't look like an under, man. I mean, seriously, guys, think about it. Um, we know, we know Sale is the much better starter here. Like, we don't have to question that or nothing. We just know Sale is favored to win the NL Cy Young for a reason. He has been, I mean, incredible. He has been incredible. This guy, right? If you look, I like it's crazy because we talked about guys that are, and this is the difference here, right? Like we just talked about Simeon Woods Richardson, who is getting to this time of year, strikeouts drop, velocity drop. He can't go more than 4 innings. Um, and it's not because he's a bad pitcher. It's because he has his arms tired, right? And that's just what happens. But then you look at guys like Chris Sale, who has that time in, who's been a great, who's a vet, and he gets better as the year goes on. And that's what we're seeing from Sale. Sale just continues and continues to dominate, bro. Like he's getting better as the year goes on, getting close to postseason. Sale's going to be fired the fuck up. Hopefully his team don't let him down because right now I am seriously concerned for the Braves, man. I really, really am. Now, here's a game you absolutely cannot drop. And I'm telling you, if the Braves come out here and drop this game tonight, cook them. Cook them because they're done. You got Chris Sale coming out. This is an absolute must win. You cannot drop this game. This is as free as you can get it. They got to come out here and play ball. They have to, because if they drop this game, like I think there's a possibility they will, they're cooked. You know, so but Chris Sale, like I said, man. So Chris Sale has pitched right. Last 5 of Sale's starts, the Braves have all won. So that's a good sign. Braves have won 5 straight starts of Sales. He's been dominant all year, like I said. He has pitched 172 innings. This is a stat I wrote down that I wanted to share with y'all when I was doing my book last night. because I found it incredible. So Chris Sale, 172 innings pitched. He has only gave he has only gave up 8 home runs. Bro, what? That is just an unreal stat to me. 172 innings pitched, bro, and you gave up only 8 home runs. That is incredible. I mean, now don't get me wrong, Aguilera is not a bad starter neither. He's actually been impressive in it. He's been impressive in his starts. I don't think he's a terrible pitcher. Uh the way the bats are going for the Braves right now, I don't really know what to expect. It seems like anytime the Braves get a little bit of a challenge, they fold. So I'm expecting an under here. I really am. Now, this is a must win for the Braves. They got Sale on the mound. So obviously, the Braves money line at a 218 is a good parlay piece. But I'm just concerned about this team. So this is a stay away for me. But, obviously, I know this is pretty important game and Sale on the mound, everyone will want to talk about it, and we talk about every game anyway. But this is definitely a stay away for me. I think you guys should take the under 9.5. I think this total is way too high. I understand we're in Great American, and we are going to see a couple home runs probably given up by Aguilar or by this Reds bullpen. But that's another thing. Great American is known for their runs because of home runs, right? It's easy to send a ball out of there. Sale just does not give up home runs, guys. He just does not. I just read you that stat. He just does not give up home runs. And we know he don't give up many runs neither. So maybe the first five under is probably the better bet here. Go first five under in this one. But all in all, it's a stay away from me. I know Asuna went yard yesterday. That was going to be my look today. But he kind of pulled it out last night. So now I'm a little concerned about Asuna, but we know he is perfectly good enough that he can send 2 rockets off in one day. I mean, seriously. There is no doubt about that. I do want to look at Spencer Steer today. It's your righty on lefty against Sale. If there's anyone on that team who can get to Sale, I think it's gonna probably be Spencer Steer. So I would look at that. He's seen Sale twice. He's got one double off of him and one strikeout. So I do think Spencer Steer is probably going to be the one. If anyone gets the Sale today, it's probably going to be Spencer Steer. And I think you run back Asuna if you must bet this game. That's the way I would go. First five under with them two batters. All right. Let's keep it moving. Let's see here. Okay, we got the Blue Jays taking on the Texas Rangers. So in this one, we got the Blue Jays coming in, or we got the Blue Jays coming in at a plus 105. Got them at plus butter today. And we got the Rangers at a minus 125 at home. We got a total of 7.5 here. At a minus 115. So it's favored to the under. Which I can kind of understand here. Definitely, but it's just a little too low. You got Kevin Gosman coming out for the Jays, and then you got my boy coming out, Kumar Rocker. Now we've seen Rocker in his debut versus the Mariners. It was a huge play for me. I don't know if you guys remember. I gave it out on the show. It was his strikeouts. I told you guys about this guy. I've been waiting to see him all year. The guys that write for the Rangers, we're talking about Kumar Rocker supposed to be brought up before All-Star break, and he never did. They never brought him up. So I guess what happened was, we know the Rangers rotation got into a jam or whatever happened, injuries, and they brought him up. Like his last start was his first start. It was his debut, and he was supposed to be brought up a while ago. And I was super excited about watching him pitch all year long. I didn't think he was coming up at all this year because of how late in the season we were getting. So as soon as I seen him come up, I knew. I was like, yeah, we got to jump all over this guy. They opened him up against the Mariners for a reason. They want to see what he's got. Blah blah blah. Went out there. He did his thing. He cashed us easy. They had him at 4.5 Ks, which was absurd. Um, he went out there. He went 4 innings, so he didn't go long, but expected on your debut. He went 4 innings, gave up 1 run, and he got 7 Ks in his debut versus the Mariners. Now, I'm a fan of Rocker, and I want to see him do well, but this is not a good spot. This is just simply not a good spot for him. Um, it's cool and all with the Mariners, but this Blue Jays team, man, is a bit different, and you're going up against Gosman. Um, I think this honestly, I don't know. You guys know what a welcome to the majors party for pitchers. I think this is going to probably be Rockers, right? Where you just get smacked around, usually on your debut or sometime around your debut. It's welcome to the majors party, and the Blue Jays probably give them that party today. So I'm liking the Blue Jays here at plus money, man. I'm a little nervous for Rocker today. It's going to show me a lot today about Rocker, because if he goes out here and does this thing again, well, we could feel really confident moving forward with Rocker. But coming into this game, I'm just not comfortable. The Jays lineup is hitting right-handed pitching extremely well right now. They're among the top of the league versus right-handed pitching in the last 30 days. I'm a little, like I said, a little concerned for Rocker here. Um, you know, and the other thing that kind of worries me is the Jays K rate. Uh, Kumar Rocker is a strikeout pitcher as much as they come, right? Like to the core. That's how Kumar Rocker operates. He is a strikeout pitcher. And with the Jays just hitting righties well, their strikeout rate is the lowest it's been all year right now in the last month for the Jays. So I like I said, man, I just can't back Rocker today. Um I think I'm not sure how Rocker holds up, man. I'm really not. I'm hoping he does good. Now, Gosman, on the other hand, he's been in good form. The Jays are winning his starts. I think they won the last three of Gosman's starts, I believe. Don't hold me to that. I don't have it written down, but I know they're winning Gosman's starts. I read it last night. So we are definitely going to be looking at the Blue Jays here at plus money. I don't see any reason not to. We have a huge sample size to work off of with Gosman here against the Rangers, and his numbers look good. They look really good, actually. Gosman has 116 plate appearances, a 28.4 K percent, with about an average walk rate of 9.5. He's got an opponent batting average of a 210, which is really low. And then he has an xWOBA of a 289, which is really good. So Gosman has extremely good numbers against the Rangers. And like I said, Gosman's been in good form. I just think he's the better option here, man. So getting plus butter with the Jays, I'm taking it, man. I'm taking it. You can get Gosman's K's here at a 4.5 at a minus 160. It's juiced to the gods. They do have Rocker at a 4.5 again at a minus 125. The reason why I do think that I might want to look at this for Rocker is because I think they're going to give him more leash today. Meaning, if he does go out there and not necessarily start getting Ks, which if he wants to stay out there long, that's exactly what he's going to do. But if he is doing good, they're going to leave him out there long, or longer than they did last time. So I'm expecting hopefully about 5 out of Rocker today. But I'm more or less going to watch this game and see how Rocker does. I'm really interested to see what he does here. So it's a stay away for me. But if I was you guys, I would definitely lean towards the Blue Jays in this one, getting plus money, because there's a very good chance that Rocker does not have a good outing here. There are a couple people we could look at for the Rangers as hitters, but you got to be careful because, like I said, Gosman, man, he's got big strikeout numbers against these Rangers. And no one's numbers are really that good. Like all their sluggings are around a 273, batting averages around, 330. So just be careful with this game, man. All right. Prolific in the building. He's saying a lot of players are resting in the WNBA. All right, good looking. I was probably going to talk about it, but we'll see what we got towards the end of the show. All right, let's keep it moving, man. We got the next game on the board. It looks like we got the New York Yankees taking on the Seattle Mariners. So we got the Mariners in this one. Coming in as a home favorite at a minus 112. I got suckered right into it yesterday, man. Uh, they had the Yankees team total at a 3.5. Bro, I fell right for it. I fucking fell for it. I bet it. And I knew, bro. I fucking knew when I seen that total. I was like, bro, this is not right. Like, why the hell do we have a number like this? Miller's numbers were terrible against the Yankees going into that game. I can't trust this team, bro. This Yankees team is so. You want to talk about janky prolific? The Yankees are janky. All right, for real, bro. This team is ridiculous, ridiculous, bro. There is no reason, none at all, why they play the way they play, man. It makes zero sense to me. And if you're a Yankees fan, I'm sorry, but you fucking know it's the truth, bro. There is something wrong with this team. Like, I mean, it is aggravating, man. It is aggravating as all hell. Like, they can't figure it out, bro. Like, that's their new nickname, man. They can't get right. So that's what we're going to start calling them. The New York can't get rights. All right. So we got the New York can't get rights at a minus 108. We got the Seattle Mariners at a minus 112. We got a total of 7 here. It's highly favored to the over at a minus 122. You got Clark Schmidt coming out for the New York can't get rights. And then we got the Mariners bringing out Logan Gilbert. Um, I like Schmidt's K's. I don't know where they're at, but I would go that far. He said the Yankees. The Yankees. I like that, bro. The fucking Yankees. That's hilarious, bro. Damn, bro, that coffee is smacking, bro. I make some good ass coffee, y'all. All right. I do like the can't get rights here. I mean, I do think this is a Yankee spot. Because it just as much as it is not easy to back the Mariners, I mean to back the Yankees, it's the same for backing these friggin' Mariners too. All right, let's see here. Schmidt. It's not as high as I wanted to see it, but his numbers are pretty good. Logan Gilbert's numbers are awful. So, Gilbert, he's had a good season, and he has good game. We know Gilbert has game, right? Like it's not like he's not terrible. Gilbert has game, but this is not really a spot I think for him. He gives up a lot of sharp contact. He gives up a lot of home runs. I mean, seriously, he has given up 4 home runs in his last 3 starts. You know, 4 home runs in his last 3 starts, man. And that is a big problem when you're going against a Yankees team like this because we know, I mean, they got the 2 best home run hitters in the entire league in the same lineup. You got Aaron Judge and Soto in the same lineup. And this is what I mean about them. Like, what are you doing? Uh I mean, Gilbert's overall numbers right here are just disgusting against the Yankees. But we seen it yesterday with Miller as well, right? Miller's numbers were absolutely disgusting against the Yankees. They were almost identical to Logan Gilbert's today. Almost identical. Schmidt has been solid, man. He's got a 20% K rate, 4.6 walk percent at 65 plate appearances. I guess if they're going to give us a 5.5 for Schmidt, I'm going to go with that in this game. Nah, they gave us a motherfucking 6.5. They got Logan Gilbert at a 7.5. The fuck? Yankees striking out like that right now? I haven't been really paying attention. I just know they ass cheeks. They ass cheeks. All right. I don't want to give y'all another pass, but I'm just not feeling this game, bro. All right, it's Yankees for me. It's Yankees for me in this one on the money line. Hopefully they can get something done. Um, if we're looking at hitters here, I'm running it back, man. Give me no. You know what? Fuck that. We ain't running that shit back. No, we ain't. I'm not going with Judge and Soto anymore, man. You can find me a lefty in this bitch. Where's Verdugo at? Fuck is Verdugo? What about Rizzo? Where's Rizzo at? All right, Verdugo right here. Verdugo. We got a lefty on righty here. Uh, 8 at bats. He's got 4 hits, 3 singles, 1 double, 2 strikeouts. He's slugging a 625, on base percentage over 5, and a batting average at exactly 500. Love Verdugo here. They're really good numbers, and I have to see this I have to see this Yankees lineup get active. I have to, bro. This is ridiculous. Then we got Gleyber Torres. Actually, fall back on Gleyber Torres. His numbers aren't terrific, but they're not bad. Who else did I say? Rizzo. Let's find Rizzo. All right, Rizzo. It is a lefty on righty matchup. You got 3 hits. You got 2 singles, 1 home run, only 1 walk, no strikeouts. He's slugging 1,000, batting average of 500, and on base percentage over 5. I like Anthony Rizzo today, and I like Verdugo. I like them both. I think they're both really good looks. I would take them both for their hits, runs, and RBIs. Maybe their total bases here as well. If there's anyone else that you guys like on the Yankees, I would say take them because honestly, the guy's numbers are terrible. I mean, what are the chances of 2 pitchers having horrible numbers against the Yankees coming out and holding the lineup down? I don't think is a good chance, but who knows with this team, bro? Who fucking knows? The New York can't get right Yankees. All right, so that's what I got for y'all, man. Just some player props. We'll go Yankees money line, Verdugo, hits, runs, RBIs, and we will go Anthony Rizzo, hits, runs, and RBIs. All right, we got the LA Dodgers taking on the Miami Marlins. Um, we got the Dodgers. Yo, Marlins are kicking the fuck up. I think they got blown out yesterday, didn't they? But damn, they're playing some good baseball, man. So you got the Marlins at home here. We're at Lone Depot at a plus 185. You got the Dodgers at a minus 225. You got a total of 8 in this one. Favored to the over. We have Jack Flaherty taking the mound for the Dodgers, and we got Edward Cabrera taking the mound for the Marlins here. Shout out to Edward Cabrera, man. He's been pitching well. I mean, he's been fucking rolling. Uh, really, we're speaking facts here. Edward Cabrera has been rolling for the Marlins, man. Um, he is in great form right now. He is at home, very pitcher friendly park, as we all know. We've seen a good start from him, man. I think we do again here. Flaherty, Flaherty. I mean, he's in a good spot here. I'll give him that. He is in a good spot here for a bounce back. I mean, his last start versus the Braves wasn't great. It wasn't terrible, but for Flaherty, it wasn't good. Um, I know we seen a high scoring game yesterday, but honestly, guys, these two pitchers might actually do well against each other. I mean, I really like Cabrera, despite his ex Woba. I like his numbers a lot. I mean, he's got a 39 plate appearances, which is right at the cusp of where I'd like to really consider the numbers. 20.5 K percent. He's got a ridiculous walk rate. So he walks a ton of batters on the Dodgers. Um, he's got a 25.6 walk percent, man, which is ridiculous. Um, but then he's got a batting average, an opponent batting average of a 143, which is excellent. And then he has an xWOBA of 389, which is not great. But regardless, for a Dodgers lineup, there's some pretty good numbers. Besides his control, there's some pretty good numbers against this Dodgers lineup. Jack Flaherty, we just simply don't have enough to go off of. But like I said, Jack Flaherty is in a good spot for a bounce back. I like Edward Cabrera's numbers here. I know we seen a high scoring game yesterday. I am not expecting that today. I think we take the under in this game. You can get under 8.5, probably around like a minus 118. That's exactly where I would go in this game. Just take the under and probably leave this game alone, man. Marlins been pretty competitive lately. I think their rotation's been good enough. Their bullpen has been super impressive. Their bullpen, besides their lineup, their bullpen is probably the most improved that I've seen on this team. Their bullpen's been putting in work, man. I don't know how well it was yesterday. I didn't watch, but I know over the last month or so, Marlins bullpen has really been not terrible at all. They actually have improved a lot, and so is their lineup. Now, I just think this is going to probably be a lower scoring game after yesterday. All right. So we're going to take the under in this one. Blah, blah, blah. All right. Looks like the next game we got the Boston Red Sox taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. So it looks like we got the Red Sox at a minus 112. We got the Rays at a minus 108. We got a total of 8 here. It's highly favored to the under at a minus 118. We got Brian Bello taking the mound for the Red Sox, and we got Zach Littell taking the mound for the Rays. Not an easy game here. Um, I am leaning the under in this one as well in the first five. I mean, I kind of like both these pitchers here. So Littell is a really solid arm. Especially at home at the Tropicana, Littell pitches extremely well. Um, Actually, we just seen this game. Uh, I think he did right. I, nah, maybe we didn't. Yeah, maybe we didn't. We didn't just see this game. I think it's a different one I'm thinking of. Yeah, I think it's our next game. I think it's the Pirates and Cardinals is the one we seen that we just seen, I think. Or the Brewers game. It might be the Brewers game I'm thinking of. But either way, it doesn't matter. Uh Littell. He just faced the Orioles and Guardians. And I mean he pitched a shutout in both games. I mean, he's been pitching extremely well. Uh, he yeah, I think he's going to get this done, man. I really do. Uh, I like his numbers here. I just hope the strikeouts are going to be good. So I think they're going to be high for us, and we ain't going to be able to take it. But I want to look. So 38 plate appearances as a 28.9 K percent, which is really high. Opponent batting average of 222 and a .328 x WOBA. Like we have to look at his strikeouts here. Um, so we're getting. Oh my god, bro! Hell yeah, I love it. We're getting them at a 4.5, man. We're getting Zach Littell strikeouts at a 4.5 at a -145. I love it, man. I love that look. Um, Bello, they have Bello at a 5.5, which actually don't look terrible, but I definitely I love Littell's strikeouts, man. At that 4.5, I think it's a ladder spot to be honest with y'all. Um, you got the Red Sox here. Uh, Bellows got 70 plate appearances with an 18.6 K percent, 8.6 walk percent, an opponent batting average of a 365. The only thing that looks good is his ex-woba at a 286. That is the only thing that looks good. Everything else looks terrible. I mean, you got to give me the Rays here then. I'm going to take the Rays here. I do still like the first five under, but my favorite play in this one is Littell's case. Um, I like Littell over 4.5 at a -145. I think we could take this thing up to about a 6, man. You can get 6 plus at a 145. Now the jump is here at the 7 because you get the 6 at a +145, and then they throw a 7 at us at a +300. So there's your jump. So I like the 6. I like the 6 here at a +145. Um, you could get the 5 plus cheaper on DraftKings if you don't take the over 4.5. Just take the 5 plus. It's a 5 cents difference. So I would just take the 5 plus Ks for Zach Littell, and then sprinkle the 6 plus at a +145. That's going to be my play for this one. And like I said, I lean the first five under, and I lean the Rays, but I think you just take the K's here. All right. Let's keep it moving. All right, we got the Pirates taking on the Cardinals. We got the Pirates taking on the Cardinals. All right, so we got the Pirates at a +124. We got the Cardinals at a -148. We got a total of 8 here. It's favored to the over at a -115. You got, here he is, Luis Ortiz coming out for the Pirates. And then we got Eric Fede coming out for the Cardinals. Say no more. You got Ortiz coming out? Good. I'm going to take the Cardinals on the money line at a -148. Bro, they keep putting this guy out here like he's a damn starter. The shit pisses me off, man. Fede has actually not been great, but he's not been bad neither. I mean, the Pirates have not been looking good at all versus right-handed pitching, bro. This team has been so bad at the plate. Um, I mean, this month alone, they have been horrible against right-handed pitching. And again, like I was saying, we know Ortiz is not built to be a starting pitcher. He is not. I don't understand why they keep throwing him out here. Um, I trust the Cardinals more in this spot to hit up Ortiz than I trust the Pirates lineup to hit up Fede. 100%. So give me the Cardinals on the money line, but this is just a disgusting game. Um, if we're looking at some props in this one, I think we could see runs here. There's a couple guys that we got to probably look at against Fede. De La Cruz is one of them. I think you got to look at De La Cruz against Fede. His numbers are just too good not to. He has 12 at bats, 6 hits, 3 singles, 2 doubles, 1 home run, only 2 strikeouts. He's slugging almost 1,000. You got to look at De La Cruz here. And then probably who we look at here on the cards. Donovan went yard. I think Goldschmidt doubled yesterday. Goldschmidt doubled yesterday. He might follow something up with that. Um, Donovan. Let's run back Donovan. Didn't he go yard yesterday? I think Donovan went yard yesterday. I'll run back Donovan today. Yeah. Trying to see if there's anyone else that I like. De La Cruz and Donovan is where I want to go here. We'll take De La Cruz and Donovan. I think this could be another high scoring game. I don't necessarily trust Fede, right? I really don't. I don't necessarily trust. I mean, look at both these guys' numbers. They're terrible. So you got Ortiz coming out, 30 plate appearances, K% at 16, a walk percent at 23.3. That is ridiculous. He's got a batting average of almost 400, ex Woba 374. Eric Fede is no better. 55 plate appearances, a 17% K rate, much lower walk rate of 7. Opponent batting average of a 275 and an ex Woba of 366. I mean, the over is probably the play in this game. And like I said, De La Cruz to go yard and give me Donovan to go yard or their total bases, whatever you feel comfortable with. But probably the safer play is the Cardinals money line or the over. All right. Let's keep it pushing then. All right, we got the Phillies. We got the Philadelphia Phillies taking on the New York Mets. All right, so we got the Phillies at a plus butter today. We got the Phillies at plus 114. Oh, okay, I see why. We got they got Walker coming out. Oh no. You got the Phillies at a plus 114. You got the Mets at a minus 135. You got a total of 8 here, slightly favored to the over. No, highly favored to the over at a minus 118. So the Phillies are bringing out Taiwan Walker. Sheesh. And then you got Severino. You got Sevy coming out for the Mets, which I thought he went yesterday, but I guess I was wrong. Um, okay, first thing I see here, right off the bat, right? First thing I see is a huge pitching discrepancy. Um, I like to fade Walker at any opportunity I get. I don't think this game is going to be any different. I think we fade Walker plain and simple. I don't care if you do it in the first 5 because you could worry a little bit about, later in the game. The Phillies like to play catch up a lot. We have seen the Phillies rally in quite a few games. So I can definitely go with the first 5 here, especially being in New York with the Mets. I think the first 5 will probably be your safer bet. Um, you know, I I mean Walker he's not an option. He just can't be an option, guys. I don't care if he is coming from the bullpen or not. Like, I don't care. He's not a good option, man. Because they did. Y'all know they put Walker in the bullpen, right? I think his last 2 games that he started, they actually started him or not started. They actually brought him out as like a reliever. So, yeah. So they switched Walker to the bullpen, and now they're giving him a chance back at starting here, which is a bad move. Bad move. Uh, you also have to remember that Walker used to be on the Mets, right? So you got that narrative of Walker going against his old team. So I mean, look, the Mets have way more to play for than the Phillies do, right? And this is what I was telling you guys about earlier when you got to kind of start factoring that into some of these games. This one is the perfect example that I could think of. You got the Mets who are still deep in the NL wildcard race, where you got the Phillies kind of leading right now. They're kind of comfortable. So the Mets got way more to play for. They got the much better starter pitcher on the mound, if you ask me. The Mets bats are hitting the ball pretty well right now. I mean, I think Severino has been in good form, and he's just a better option here. I think the Mets overall have a lot more to play for right now. We're getting a really good price for them at home, and we get to fade Walker. I mean, this is like this might as well be a little Christmas present. So, give me give me the Mets here at a minus 135. I like the Mets early in this one as well on the money line in the first five, but we're going to fade Walker here at this one. Um, let's see what we can get on the other side here. Um, so who do we think of when we look at Walker? What is Walker? A righty? So Walker's a righty. A lefty on the Mets is Nemo. We got Nemo on the Mets as a lefty. Pete Alonso's a righty. Who else is on the Mets? I can't think of anyone on the Mets right now. Lindor. Is Lindor a lefty or a righty? I don't know. All right. I'm going to go. Oh, here it is. Oh, he's a switch hitter. Lindor's a switch hitter. All right. So we're going to go with mm, I don't know who to go with here. There's only a couple guys, but their numbers are not fantastic. Let me look at Baseball Savant real quick. All right, so you got Ty. Yeah, Walker's numbers are fucking horrific, bro. They're so bad. So 130 plate appearances. He's got an 18% K rate, a 7.7 walk percent, opponent batting average of a 224, ex WOBA 359. Severino's numbers aren't much better, just a much smaller sample size, but they're better, but not much better. Let's just keep it simple, man, right? Like my mom always tells me, just keep it simple, stupid. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep it simple here. We're gonna go with the Mets money line and just leave this game alone. But I would not be surprised if we see a couple Mets go yard. I just don't know who. Um, I just don't know who. Yep, Mets and Walker. I like it, man. Yeah, he did. You sure Walker didn't play for the Mets? I'm almost positive he did prolific. I could be wrong, bro. I could be wrong, but I thought he did. Um, yeah, he did. Taiwan Walker played for the Mets. So he played for the Seattle Mariners, Arizona Diamondbacks, Toronto Blue Jays, New York Mets, and the Philadelphia Phillies. He made his MLB debut in 2013, All Star in 2021. So apparently he leaves. They ain't telling me when he left. They ain't telling me when he left. Oh well. All right. Let's keep it up. All right. Let's see what we got here. Mike, man, yo, Mike, I always knew you were a smart guy, dude. I always fucking knew it. I knew it. I knew you were smart, bro. I knew it. Mike Man says fade Walker. Absolutely, we're going to fade Walker. Prince Jazz says Mets in the over. I like it, man. Keep it simple. I'm with you on that, Prince Jazz. Mets in the over sounds like a prize to me. Um, and then yeah, the rest is just talking about um him playing for the Mets. All right. All right, let's keep it moving, guys. We're almost done this baseball card. We got the Diamondbacks and the Brewers. Did I do this game? Yeah, I did. All right. So we got the Diamondbacks at a minus 118. We got the Brew Crew at a minus 102. We got a total of 8. Man, I felt like a smacked ass yesterday, man. I gave out some really bad picks yesterday. Like my two pitching props were just straight garbage yesterday. So We got a total of 8 here, favored to the over. You got Brandon Fat coming out for the Diamondbacks, and he's favored, by the way, at a minus 118. And you got Tobias Myers coming out for the Brewers at a minus 102 at home. Bro, I haven't learned my lesson, bro. I didn't. I didn't learn my fucking lesson. I don't care. I'm fading Fat, bro. Give me the Brewers, man. I'm taking the Brewers today on the money line at a minus 102. I'm taking Fat's hits allowed, and maybe I won't fade the Diamondbacks, but I'm definitely going to take the Brewers team total. All right. I didn't learn my lesson from yesterday, man. Look, we know this lineup is serious, but there's no way you could tell me that you are comfortable backing Fat right now. We just seen the same exact game, pitching matchup, everything last week. It was a crazy high scoring game. Ended 15-8. 15-8 Brewers, right? Fat is simply not an option. Uh he is in just bad shape. Last game versus the Brewers, my man went 1 inning, right? So you would think 1 inning, bro. Fat got hurt, or he didn't do much damage. Nothing really happened. Bullshit. My man went 1 inning, right? In that game where it was 15-8 Brewers. 1 inning, he gave up 8 hits, 8 earned runs. I mean, what? You gave up 8 hits and 8 earned runs in 1 inning? How is that possible? Was every fucking hit a home run? Like, what the hell happened? And then that makes it eight. He's given up 8 or more hits in 5 straight games. So Brandon Fat has completely fell apart down the stretch. I mean, wow. And don't get me wrong, it don't look like Myers had the best start last game neither, right? But Jesus, his start was a lot better than Fat's. And Myers has actually just been simply the better option. He's the better starter. He's at home. Both pitchers are looking for a bounce back here from last week, right? Obviously, they both are. I think Myers has the much better chance of having a good outing over Fat here. So yes, I am going to fade the Diamondbacks again. I'm going to take the Brewers team total over, and we are definitely going to go look at Brandon Fat's hits. Because anything under the 5.5 or 5.5, I am completely comfortable with. So let's see what we got. So we'll go to Fat first here. See what he's got for hits allowed. So we are getting 4.5 at a minus 165 for Brandon Fat. Give me that shit all day. Brandon Fat over 4.5 at a minus 165. I like it. It's almost too likable, but it's just really priced, but still. Brandon Fat over 4.5 hits allowed minus 165. Then we're going to go to the Brewers team total. So they're giving us the Brewers team total at a 3.5 at a minus 125. I love it. So give me the Brewers team total over 3.5, and give me Brandon Fat's hits allowed over 4.5. And then we will go over to the batters box and see what we got. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. So all very, very small sample sizes, but Jesus, bro, their all numbers are blasted. And it's only because, like I said, last week was the first time that these batters have seen Fat or Myers, and well, maybe not Myers, but Fat, right, for this year. And the numbers are just I mean, they're all in the thousands. All the pitchers, I mean, all the Brewers batters are all in the thousands this year because of last week. So we can't even go off of that because everyone did well. So one guy I always go to on the Brewers, and you guys already know I'm about to say his name, is William Contreras. I mean, I love the guy. So give me William Contreras here. I like Willie Adames. He's been way too quiet. Give me Adames to pop off today. And yeah, Christian Walker's been getting a lot of hit runs, RBIs. I wouldn't fade away from Christian Walker just yet. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't fade off of Christian Walker just yet. I think he's still got a few more games in him. So give me Christian Walker here, hits, runs, RBIs. Uh, and we are going to go with who'd I say? Oh, Adames, home run. All right. And Brewers team total over 3.5 is the best play in this game, I think. All right, let's see what we got next. We got the Nationals taking on the Cubby Bears. We got the Natties coming in at a All right, we got the Nationals at a plus 145. We got the Cubs at a minus 175. We got a total of 8.5. Slightly favored to the over. You got Patrick Corbin taking the mound for the Nationals, and you got Javier Assad taking the mound for the Cubs. You guys know we don't celebrate Patrick Corbin Day in here anymore. We have a new day that we celebrate, and it's Munoz Day, right? So we don't really celebrate Patrick Corbin Day anymore. We love to celebrate Munoz Day. Sadly, Munoz is not pitching. I don't know the next time he will pitch. But anyway, we will take the Nationals here at plus chicken, man, or plus butter, whatever you want to call it. I say butter, but people say chicken a lot now. But I like the Nationals here, man. Patrick Corbin, we just have to come to terms with it, guys. He's found a groove, man. You know, you just kind of have to face reality. Patrick Corbin is pitching well. He's pitching good ball. And you know, we seen this game last week. We seen this game last week. But Patrick Corbin was not pitching. Assad did pitch in this matchup. Assad pitched, but I said Porchin, but Patrick Corbin did not. Um, but Assad was not great. He gave up 8 hits, 1 home run, and 3 earned runs in 4 innings. We know that outside of that bad start for the Pirates that Corbin had. I don't know if you guys remember. It was last week, I think, or the week before. Whenever he faced the Pirates, you guys remember on that day I talked really highly of Patrick Corbin, and he went out there and got absolutely ripped by the bum ass Pirates. Well, I don't think that happens today. You know, because outside of that game from the Pirates, Patrick Corbin has been fucking fantastic. Um, the Nationals have won 5 of his last 7 starts. I think the Nationals bats are going to back him up today. I mean, Assad has not been anything special, man. He's not the same pitcher we've seen in the beginning of the year. Plain and simple, he's not. So, and like I said, he just faced this Nationals lineup last week, and it's hard to see a lineup back to back like that, you know. And he got ripped in that one. I told y'all, 8 hits, 1 home run, 3 earned runs. Not necessarily ripped, but for the amount of innings he went, yes, he got ripped. So I like the Nationals here at plus butter, man. I mean, Patrick Corbin's numbers are terrible. Uh, but you can't go off of this because this goes back to 2015. And we know for a couple years, Patrick Corbin has been one of the worst pitchers in the MLB. So, yeah, man, it's big Nationals here for me, man. Big Nationals here. Um, yeah, we're going to leave it at that. I don't see anyone. I don't see anyone that I necessarily like here. Even though I do think the Nationals bats come out to play today, I don't know who to back here. All right, fuck it. Let's just keep it moving, man. All right, last game on the board, and then we'll head over to some football. We got the LA Angels taking on the Houston Astros. Um, so this game is a stinky one. So we got the Angels at a plus 245. We got the Astros at a minus 305, y'all. We got a total of 8.5 here. Slightly favored to the under at a minus 115. You got Jose Suarez coming out for the Angels. And you got Yusei Kikuchi coming out for the Astros. Y'all know what I'm about to do, right? I'm not going to do it. Kikuchi's been good, man. He's been good. you know, and just because I don't necessarily agree with the guy, he's on a much better team now. I'm glad he escaped the braces of the Blue Jays. And now he's with the Astros. Maybe might not be learning the best morals, or baseball etiquette when it comes to playing with the Astros, because we know they like to bang on trash cans and whatnot. But he's with the better team. I mean, this does look like a tough travel spot, though. I will say that. This does look like a tough travel spot for the Astros, but luckily, luckily, he's facing an Angels lineup. So the Astros and both starters seen each other last week again. Same another one. Both starters and the Astros, we had the same exact matchup last week, and the Angels bullpen did what they always do. The Angels bullpen really let the Angels down, and that is something that will never change. The Angels bullpen is horrific. Even if the Angels have a 5-run lead, when they're playing teams like the Astros, when they're playing teams like the Dodgers, I'm not even going to say the Yankees because no, but when they're playing teams like the Astros and the Dodgers, uh, it doesn't matter how much of a lead the Angels got, man. It's always at risk. All right. And we already seen that in the last one. The Angels had that game in the bag, and the bullpen let them down. Astros rallied, won the game. Kikuchi has started in 8 games now for the Astros. So Kikuchi has started in 8 games for the Astros now. You know how many games that the Astros lost in Kikuchi starts since he joined? Not one. Not one. He's 8-0 since joining the Astros, Kikuchi. So that's a trend I can't ignore. But how do we take it? Because we got the Astros at a minus 305. So how do we go about it? Anything with Kikuchi today is going to be overpriced. So what I'm thinking is we do what we did with Cease yesterday. The books want to play games when they know a pitcher's going to come out and have a good start. You take advantage, man. You go over to Prize Picks, go over to Sleeper, go over to Underdog, one of them that have fantasy points, and take Kikuchi's fantasy points. Anytime the books are trying to fuck you over by not giving you good lines with the pitcher or any player prop, and you have the option of taking fantasy points, always take the fantasy points, guys. It's a pro tip. I'm telling you, it works almost every time. Almost every time it works, man. Now, granted, we made Cease's 31.5 last night by point one. He had point 316. I mean, he had point 31. What did he have? No, 31.6 he had. My bad. He had 31.6 last night. We had him over 31.5. But regardless, what I'm saying is Dylan Cease's prots were ridiculous. We couldn't bet him yesterday. The books were not giving us any value anywhere. Whenever that happens, you guys go find fantasy points somewhere and take the fantasy points for that player. It's really a pro tip, man. I'm not even kidding, y'all. It works every time for me. And you can do that in everything in football, basketball, whatever. Anywhere they offer fantasy points and you got a player, even if you don't know, say you got a player that you know, like they're going to snap this game, but you're not sure if the player, man, is he going to get his rebounds? Is he going to get his assists? Like, what the fuck is he going to snap on? But I know he's going to have a huge game, fantasy points, right? You just take all that questioning out and you just take the fantasy points. It is a really good tip that to help you, like, if you have the options. So all right. But yeah, it's Astros for me in this one, guys, but there's no value. Astros minus the 1.5. I think Kikuchi comes out here and pitches a gem. Um, if you're looking at hitters, I mean, you could probably take your pick with the Astros. Altuve, he lets me down constantly. I love Pena tonight. Pena's probably going to go yard. It's your righty on lefty. He has no strikeouts against Suarez. He has one double against him, one home run. He has two singles. He's slugging a 1400. I mean, I love Pena tonight to go yard for the Astros. You got Jordan Alvarez. It's a lefty on lefty matchup. I'm not in love with it, but he's been a little quiet. So yeah, that's where I'm at for this one, man. Um, take them how you can get it with the Astros tonight. But definitely I would go with Kikuchi's fantasy points if you have the option. All right, let's move on to football. Bum, bum. Prince Jazz is saying Assad under 4.5 Ks. I don't think that's terrible. I mean, I don't. What are we taking that one? Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I'm not in love with it, Prince Jazz, but I mean, I can see it. It's like Assad's not really like he ain't really a gem, man. And his K percent is extremely low. He has a very high opponent batting average. He has an extremely low K percent at 14.3. So I'm not in love with it, but I don't think it's terrible. All right. What did I just say? What were we doing? The fuck we doing? Football. We're doing football. College football, right? College football time. All right. Let me pull up DraftKings real quick and we'll get to it. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. Come on, bro. Why ain't you giving me a damn. Okay, DraftKings. Why you fucking with me? I know there's college football today. Like, what is going on? They're giving me games for the 21st. Like, what? There is college football in between that time. Such a bad app, man. So much money invested in this damn DraftKings, and it is such a bad app. I mean, it's very user friendly, but it just glitches all the time. All right, we got South Alabama taking on App State. So we got Thursday night college football Sun Belt battle. Never thought I'll see the day, but you guys know you know that I think the NFL now is taking over Thursdays, obviously, right? Like they're going to have games every Thursday. So college football is going to be taking a back seat a little bit when it comes to like ratings, but Fridays, I'll tell y'all what, in college football, Fridays are getting a lot better in college football now since the NFL wants to try to take over Thursdays. College football is kind of pushing games to Fridays. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but the college football games on Friday are actually getting a hell of a lot better. So we're actually getting two really good days of college football, it seems like, for this year. I don't know if you guys noticed that or not, but it looks like that's how it's going to be if you go and look at the schedules. All right, but let's talk about this game we got tonight. It's a Sun Belt game. We got South Alabama taking on Appalachian State. So we got South Alabama coming in at plus 220. We got App State at a minus 270. Um, we got hold on, let me take it down real because there's no point in doing it. All right, so we got South Alabama coming in at a plus 220 underdog here. They're getting 7 points, guys. We got App State, they are laying 7 points, and we got a total of 62 locked up on both sides. App State is favored by a touchdown at home here. I did an article on this game. So App State's 2-1 right now. South Alabama is 1-2. South Alabama really let me down last week. I thought they were going to really. I know it sounds crazy when you look at the score because they got their asses beat. I thought South Alabama had a chance to win that game outright. I really did, bro. I really thought they had a chance to win that game outright. I was so wrong. So the line opened up at a 7.5 here. So we are seeing a little bit of movement coming in on South Alabama. We have a total of 64.5. So total went down a couple points here. It's at 62 now. So it's actually moving in favor to the under. Um, I do think that this could be a pretty interesting game. It could probably be a fun game to watch, honestly. Like I said, South Alabama, man. I mean, they could have. I think they could. So what they do? They went again. Oh no, I was on the wrong side. I'm sorry. South Alabama, they're the ones who put up the points. I'm looking at it now. They're the ones who put up the points. I thought Northwestern was going to win the game outright. That's where I was fucked up. I thought Northwestern was going to win the game outright, and South Alabama went in there and put up 87 points. I'm looking at their schedule now. So I had that backwards. Um, but yeah, it looks like honestly, they look like they even let off the gas in that game. Because in the fourth quarter, they only scored 7 points. That don't sound right. So it sounds like they took their foot off the gas. So that might be something to kind of look forward in the future, right? But either way, for this game, I am on App State here. I think we lay the points with App State. It kind of when you look at this, guys, you got to be careful if you're just reading stats, okay? Because yes, South Alabama's stats pop off the page and they look extremely good, right? They look really good. Um because why? Because they just scored 87 points last game, right? And what they did in their first game too. They looked extremely good. But you got to remember, this South Alabama defense isn't good. They're not. They are not good. I think they're going to struggle to defend App State's offense here. App State offense, should bring some kind of game plan for this defense. I think it's going to be enough, man. I really do. Want to see what App State did now. Yeah, we know they got beat. They got beat up by Clemson, right? It was 38-10, I think, against Clemson. They got their asses beat. Um, Let me see here. They beat East Carolina. God, they gave up 66 points. So the only loss Clemson came against was East Carolina 2 games ago. Scored 20 points, but the defense gave up 66. That was the first game of the season. That was a 38-10 win over Eastern Tennessee. Mm, yeah, App State, man. You know, so Aguilar looked like he's having a good season so far. Yeah, I'm gonna stick to my guns here. I'm not gonna let this sway me. I'm gonna stick with App State here at home. I think it's the way to go. Um, Aguilar's passing yards. If you, I highly doubt you're going to get props in this game. But if you do, I would look at App State's quarterback, man, for his passing yards. They're probably going to move the ball pretty well in this game. You know, they're they're I think they're a decent offense, even though it's not necessarily showing. I think they are. I think South Alabama's numbers are extremely overrated. Yes, they've had a great start to their season, but guys, I'm telling you, I just don't see it. I don't see the hype around South Alabama that everyone else does. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But I'm not loving it. So give me App State here, man. I'm gonna back at I think App State brings a good offensive attack today and really exposes its defense a lot. So give me App State here laying the points, man. But again, guys, it's not my favorite game. It's what I gave out in the article, so I'm gonna stick to it. All right. NFL time. We got the I don't know how to do the NFL music. I wish I had it, man. I'll play it when I said NFL time and played like the Thursday night football sound. That would have been dope. All right. We got the New England Patriots guys taking on the New York Jets. You can also go to theoutlet.sv.com and you can find an article and prediction on this game. All right, so we got the Patriots at a plus 225. We got the Jets at a minus 278. We got a total of 38 and a half. It's locked up on both sides at minus 110. You got the Patriots getting 6 points in this game. And then you got the Jets laying 6 points in this game. Now, does this come down to like, do we go off of what we've seen so far or what? Like, that's how I look at this. You know what I mean? And I don't think we do. I honestly I like a total in this game. I think we go with an over here. I think the total is way too low. When it comes to a side, I am kind of being swayed, kind of towards the Jets side a little bit. But I'm still very weary of the whole damn Rogers thing, man. Like I'm not bought into it, bro. I'm not bought into it. And you got to remember this line opened up at a 5.5, right? In favor of the Jets. So the total opened up at a 37.5. So it has moved up already. And I think it moved up for good reason. I think this total is just way too low. Um, I I I do think Rodgers is going to have a big game, but he needs to show me. I believe in him. Like I believe in Rodgers, dude. I really do. I think he is a great quarterback. I think he's going to have a really good season. Um, I really do think that it's just a matter of time before he really breaks out. And I'm telling you, this could be that game. I mean, you got the Patriots coming in here riding off of a pretty nice high, right? Like I do think that this could be the one. I mean, the Jets lost their first game. People are not really sure what's going on over there. People are doubting Rodgers already. And then you got the Patriots who came in and just dominated their first game. I mean, they beat the brakes off the Seahawks. And it was like I know it ended 23-20, I think, but that game was more Patriots than that score shows, if you ask me, right? Yeah, really, if you watch the game, which I'm sure we all did, it was more Patriots than anything in that game, if you ask me. So I do think that we gotta consider you got to consider the Jets here. I mean, they're in a good spot. They're favored for a reason, in my opinion. But I do think the over is the play. I think Aaron Rodgers has a huge game, man. I really do. I think he has a humongous game here. I do have a player prop that I gave out in the article. I do have a VIP Jesus, a VIP player prop in this game for tonight. So if you guys want it, you can sign up for free, honestly. You ain't got to sign up. You just got to DM me and you can join VIP for free until Friday. Um so you if you guys want to join, you can get to play tonight for free. We've been killing NFL props. We have absolutely been killing NFL props. So I'm looking forward to that tonight. Um, so I do like Aaron Rodgers passing yards tonight. Like I said, y'all, I think Aaron Rodgers has a humongous game tonight. He plays well in week 3 games. I mean, we have seen it. It doesn't matter where he's at. Green Bay, it was his last 6 week 3 games. He has went over 235 passing yards. Like, and that's where they got him at tonight. So I love Aaron Rodgers passing yards tonight. Um, I'm trying to look up a couple receiving props for y'all because there's a couple on my list, but I don't want to spoil it. All right, so let's see touchdown scores as well. Brees Hall minus 165 for Brees Hall, bro. What the fuck is wrong with the books? Minus 165 for a anytime touchdown score. Jesus Christ. I mean, honestly, I'd rather take the shot with Garrett Wilson at a plus 150 than Brees Hall at a minus 165. All right. So my receiving prop is going to be Conklin, right? Over his receiving yards. I think he definitely gets it. He has seen this number quite a lot. So I definitely think we get there. I think you could get them at like 25 plus. Yeah, you get them at 25 plus receiving yards at a plus 115. So I love that look there. I think that's a really solid look for Conklin tonight. I do like Wilson for the anytime touchdown. And like I said, I have a really strong VIP prop in this game tonight. So you guys might want to check that out because, like I said, we have been dominating NFL props, man. We killed it last week. We went 5-1 last week. It was awesome. All right, so that's all I got, man. I want to see what you guys got here. So Zach Herm, you're 100% right. It's the Fun Belt. Uh, bu- 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 Big fall off for South Bama defense this year. Their head coach last year is now Alabama DC. Yeah, bro, their defense is an issue, and you're 100% right, Herm. Or Zach Herm, their defense is a big issue, and that's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be kind of exposed even more tonight. Um, so my favorite QB for so long, but still need him to show up. I don't think you have to worry, man. Prince Jazz. I respect the shit out of Aaron Rodgers, man. I really do. I grew up watching Aaron Rodgers at Green Bay. Like he was like you think of like me growing up. I think of players. I think of Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. Like that's who I think of. So I definitely agree with you. I don't think you have to worry, bro. I'm telling you, he is going to bust out, man. He is going to bust out. And I think tonight, primetime game, baby. Primetime game. You got Aaron Rodgers, week 3. Bro, this has Aaron Rodgers written all over it. I think he breaks out big tonight. I think he throws for over 300, man, honestly. And then we got anytime touchdown markets are so bad, books aren't giving anything fair. Yeah, dude, that was ridiculous. Brees Hall, like, what the fuck is that? Um, but to be fair, man, we have seen if you do enough homework and with a little sprinkle of luck. Last week I did who'd I do? I think I did Harris 2 touchdowns, and Zay Flowers 2 touchdowns, and we missed it by, and it was a plus 10,000. and we missed Zay Flowers by one touchdown, and he could have had it. The Ravens just didn't show up. But my point is here, every week so far, guys, and you'll see it all year long, there are them hidden gems where you just got to find them. So there is always going to be in almost every game. There's always going to be them plays that hit where you have a receiver that's not supposed to get 100 yards, smacks 100 yards, and the odds were plus 2,000, or you get uh, a player scoring two touchdowns. You see it every single game, every single week. You just have to find it, and that's very tough. It is. It's very tough to do, but you just got to find it. You put in enough work and you read enough lines, meaning you look at every prop, you will find them gems, man. Like I almost had one last week, you know, I mean, it took me a half hour to put together two plays, but we missed it by one touchdown, and that was a plus 10,000. I mean, 50 cents paid almost, it was ridiculous. But that's what I'm saying. So you could definitely find them, man. You just got to put in the work. All right. So we're going to go to best bets. We are going to go Aaron Rodgers passing yards over the 235. I think it's a layup tonight. I really do, guys. I think it's a layup. It could be VIP worthy. I'm personally adding it into my same game parlay because I'm going to get a DraftKings boost for a same game parlay tonight. But I wouldn't even be scared of, looking at Rod. And I know it sounds a little crazy, but I mean, look at Rodgers for even like 275, 250, guys. Like, definitely look around them numbers for him because if he's going to hit this 230, he's going to go. I think he's throwing for about three. I think he has a huge breakout game. Ain't no one going to see it coming right here. Primetime football. People are doubting him. Patriots are coming off of a huge win. Jets are off of a disappointing loss. Bro, you got to give me the Jets here. I mean, I could just, and like I said, it's all around Rodgers. The team is built around Rodgers, right? So I think it starts with him. And in a game like this, I think it all just collides. People are going to be eating up the Patriots at the 7.5. People are going to love it. People are going to love it. But telling you, man, this is a perfect letdown spot. Coming off such a high, now you got to play the Jets, who just barely scraped last spot. Who couldn't finish the job last week. You got people talking shit about Rodgers. Don't know if he's really going to fill the role. Blah blah blah. He's been out this long, and we knew last week. We knew it. I said it. You're going to see this. You're going to see this. The man has not stepped on the field in a long time. You're going to see this. But I'm telling you, now practice has been in, first game jitters out the way, prime time, like I said a million times. I think this has Rodgers written all over it. Give me Rodgers passing over. I think it's at a 232. But don't be scared to ladder it up to like a 275, I think. But, I could be wrong. All right. I wouldn't take Rodgers for a touchdown, Prince Jazz. I wouldn't take him for the touchdown. I can't necessarily, I mean, I could see it, but I would leave that off. I mean, you're getting really good money for Rodgers 250, right? For Rodgers 250 passing yards, you're getting damn near plus 500. I would just leave that alone with a touchdown, but it wouldn't shock me if he did get in there. It really wouldn't, but that would be amazing. All right, man. You guys have a great day. Yo, by the way, if you're not following my TikTok, make sure you guys go follow the TikTok page. I put a tweet out today about it. You can find it in the Discord as well, or just go on TikTok and look up the outlet SV, and you'll find us. We're doing a 10K challenge. I've never done one before, but the outlet's doing a 10K challenge starting Friday. So tomorrow we're starting the 10K challenge, and we're pretty excited about it. We're going to take it very seriously. So they're all going to be done on video plays. And yeah, hopefully everyone rides with us, man. We're trying to get a lot of people to ride with us on the 10K challenge. We're going to take it very seriously. So if you guys go follow our TikTok page, and you guys could follow along with us and do the challenge with us. Also, our UFC guy, the MMA picker, he had an amazing, amazing contender series again. He's killing shit. But if you're in our Discord, we're having a lot of giveaways. He has a lot of signed UFC memorabilia. He has like the gloves, the shorts, the cards. He has a bunch of signed cards. And we're giving it all. He's giving it away for our community in the Discord. So if you're not in our Discord, make sure you join. If you're not signed up to the YouTube, make sure you sign up. We're just a good community to get embedded with, man. We do a lot of cool shit. The Outlet Sports Ventures is a really, we got a really cool thing going on, man. You know, and no matter what, ain't no one going to stop us from continuing to do what we do. Plain and simple. So, uh, yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show, man. I'm gonna keep showing up as long as y'all do. But let's make today a winning one. Enjoy your day. 2 o'clock, guys. 2 o'clock. I'm going on a podcast or a stream with Tenement, which is a guy on Twitter. He asked me yesterday if I would come on and talk week 3 NFL with him, and I agreed. So 2 o'clock, I will be on a separate show, talking NFL for this week with Tenement. You can find it on my Twitter page. I'm probably going to be streaming it to my socials as well. So if you guys have nothing to do at 2 o'clock, come and tap in with me. I'll be over there talking week 3 NFL. But for now, I will see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful day. Good luck with all your bets. And yeah, man, I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning. Same time, same place. Thanks for watching Plug Talk, man. Let's make tonight a winning one.